braids in right now, and I've been wearing them for a couple of weeks. I decided to do a video answering all the questions from my previous box braid videos. I feel like there are a whole lot of box braids videos that you can look at from me or other people that are newer. So today I'm going to answer questions that I've received, and I feel like they were really good questions and could help you if you are choosing to do box braids, or if you're thinking about it, or if you have them and you're not sure what to do. On the bag, sometimes it says synthetic, sometimes it says Kanekalon. So I prefer to use Kanekalon hair, and I always make sure that I have like 10 bags of hair. I don't like to use expression hair. It tangles a whole lot, and I just prefer not to use it. I have used it a few times in the past, but I just like the plain Kanekalon hair that used to get it for like 99 cents a bag, and now it's like $1.99 to like $3 a pack. I normally use like 7 to 9 bags, so 10 just gives me like a safe number. Yeah. Also, the colors that I use, I normally, like with any of my extensions, if I'm not coloring the hair myself, I always purchase number 4, 27, and 30. So 4 is like that medium to dark brown, and then 27 is like the honey blonde color, and then 30 is like that reddish tint. It took me 6 hours to do these braids. The shortest time I've done is 5 hours, and the longest time it's taken me, I think, was like 15 hours. So when I do them smaller, it takes me longer. Also the length. So if I stretch it, it's like right here, like at my waist, and I cut off that bottom part. It has like a rubber band attached to the top, and then a rubber band or a scrunchie attached to the bottom, and I cut right where that bottom scrunchie was. So I cut off probably like 4 or 5 inches of the hair from the bottom, feathered it, and then I installed it, and it's still this long. Depending on the sizes and the length of the braids that you want, that's going to determine how long it takes you to do your hair. Someone told me that they had a problem because every time they get their hair braided, it's too much hair for them to do any styles with. And so how am I able to get a full look, but then still be able to, you know, grab the hair and actually put it in a ponytail? I know what they mean, because sometimes you have so much hair in your head that you can't even put it in like a ponytail. So to combat that, I have thick hair already. My natural hair is very thick. So when I'm installing braids, I'm not going to use the same thickness as my hair with the extensions, because then it's just going to be a whole lot of hair. So I use more of my natural hair and less of the extensions, and it evens out. So you're not going to want like a skinny little piece of extensions, because then it will look crazy. Throughout the whole process, I make sure that the hair feels the same in my fingers throughout, like the same density. Like each piece, I try to keep it the same thickness the entire braid, so that it doesn't like just, you know, my hair ends here and then it's just skinny. As you continue to braid, you'll get better at it, but you just don't want to come to a point where you don't have any more of your natural hair left and it's just there. It's easier to blend when you make sure you're borrowing throughout, and it just looks more natural if you're doing that. I had a question about someone being tender-headed and do the braids hurt? I'm tender-headed, and I'm not going to hurt myself. So when I braid, I don't hurt. Like, I've had people in the past that I've done hair, and they're like, you can pull my hair tighter. And I'm like, no, I don't need to pull your hair tighter. Don't worry. These braids are not going anywhere. But it does not have to hurt for it to be tight. And it doesn't have to hurt for it to last. And so some people feel like if you are pulling somebody's brains out, that's the only way that it's going to last. No, you're just like pulling your brains out and pulling your hair out. So if you have like those little tiny bumps around your edges, a lot of times I see that's where people get those bumps, then your braids are too tight. Getting your follicles pulled out, your little bulbs, and you see the little white bulbs pulling out of your hair, your braids are too tight. There's no reason for all of that. Someone asked about buildup, and I don't get buildup when I do my hair. When I take braids down, you know how you have that like ring of dirt and buildup and stuff around the top of your hair? I don't get that, and I think it's because I don't put a whole lot of stuff on my hair. Even if I leave my hair in for like 2 months, once I unbraid it, my hair still feels really soft and moisturized. I do spray my hair. I usually either use a leave-in conditioner, a spray leave-in conditioner. Sometimes I use one at store-bought. Sometimes I'll make one by just mixing in water and aloe vera. I use olive oil or Jamaican black castor oil. And so I'll just like put that on my fingers and just use it to like pretty much oil my scalp. I do not do that every single night. I do it like a couple times a week. I don't use like those braid sprays. When I'm installing my braids, I finger part my hair. I do not use a comb. I know they're called box braids, but I just look at them as individual braids, and I don't like to really have boxes all throughout my head. I personally don't like that look, so I choose to finger part or pinch part, which means I just use these two fingers and I just grab some hair and then I start braiding. And I like that because it's almost like bricklaying, where it's like a, you know, it's not a straight thing, like it's like a window of opportunity or something. I don't know. So I feel like the braids lay very nice and neatly. You don't see all these parts all around. I do prefer the feathered, tapered look. And so I always make sure to cut the hair before I start the installation so that I can taper it before. So if you decide halfway through that you want like a bob, then you're going to have like that blunt cut. But some people want that blunt cut. And then when you have a blunt cut, sometimes the hair unravels faster, like even after dipping it. As your hair starts to get old, some of your hair, especially around the edges, are going to start coming out. So the biggest tip that I can give you when you are wearing box braids is to make sure that your edges are always laid. If you make sure that your edges are really smooth, your box braids will look neat the entire time. If you don't have any edges to lay with your box braids, you need to go back to whoever braided your hair and get your money back, because there's no reason why every single little hair should be in the braids. From day one, you should be able to fix this up here. Because if somebody is able to pull every last little hair in your braids, then they are ripping your hair out, and you shouldn't let them do that. So make sure that if you're going to have someone braid your hair, you let them know that you want to maintain the integrity of your edges and you don't want them to get all those hairs in there. Make sure that you are really trusting whoever you are allowing to get in your head. And if you are just choosing to let somebody braid your hair because they said they're going to charge you $75, and you know it takes everybody else 10 hours to do your hair, and they told you they can get it done in 2 hours, and you feel good about that and you feel confident in your choice of a stylist, that's on you. Just really think about it. Is it really worth it for you to get someone to do your hair and then you're left with no hair? So that's a decision that you have to make. But no, it shouldn't hurt. No, you shouldn't get any bumps or anything like that. If so, you could be allergic to the hair. They pulled your hair too tight, but something is not right in the situation.
And if it ain't right, then it ain't gonna be good.
My last tips on box braids are to make sure that you are organized with every single thing you do. A really quick and easy way to get organized and make sure that your box braids get done fast is to section your hair. So section it into like 4 to 6 to 8 sections, and then tell yourself, okay, like if you're going to use 6 sections, then say I'm going to put like 10 braids in this section. And so you have 10 braids, and so then you're like, okay, now I only have 5 more sections, I only have 50 braids left, and I can do this. And so you stay motivated. So then you get another section done, you're like, okay, 2 sections down, I only have 4 left, only 40 braids, like I can do this. And so then it won't seem so overwhelming, and then it kind of makes you trick yourself and think that it's getting done faster. Another tip on getting it done is to do similar steps in a sequence. And so then you get kind of in a rhythm. I'll open up the packs of hair, and then I'll go ahead and section out my individual pieces. That way, like, I can get a feel in my hands of the size, the thickness of the hair that I'm using. And then I just spread it out like on my bathtub, on my cabinets, on my counter, and I can just part my hair and grab and braid. So then after I grab and braid, I'll start braiding, and I'll braid like halfway down. And then I'll just braid halfway down. I do another one, started, braid halfway down, and I'll do that until I'm done with all the hair that's laid out everywhere. And then I can sit down and then just braid the ends. And you'd be so surprised how much quicker it goes by whenever you're doing the same thing over and over. Like you take the hair, separate it over and over. You take the hair, get started over and over, and then you braid down over and over, and then like you're done in what feels like no time. I feel like that is basically it. If you have any other questions that you would like me to answer, make sure you go ahead and leave them down below. If you liked any part of this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up and also subscribe if you have not done so already. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope to help some of you out. Bye!